completely bogus, and how dare we murder the best of our young men. And you know what? If you dig deep enough, dang it, that's the truth. That whole thing was a setup. So we've been so set up to buy into all this insanity. I don't want my grandson harmed, murdering someone else, and I don't want him harmed. It's insane. So I look forward to the consciousness of peaceful existence, non-aggression, compassion, which if women would get back to their essence, which I'm a little concerned about their aggression at this point, but if we would all get back to that essence, core of who we are, of love and ever-shining oneness, how could we hurt each other? That we'd have to put it down. Or we would have to revolt in such a way. You don't know where your tax dollars are going and what ammunition that's buying to kill the next person. So we'd start getting more information. And I know that hurts a lot of you that can't bear to listen to this. Well, when it's your time, gosh, I'll be happy that you can wake up. And if it isn't your time to wake up, then honestly, I've got other things to do. I want to deal with those that are waking up, those that are able to hear, no longer afraid to see, no longer afraid to speak up for that sense of oneness. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The wheels now, the wheels of the gods, they're turning. And it's very interesting. One of the things that I was shown that it was like, wow, there has been a sense of the dimensional grids. So these are grid systems of which your consciousness is not particularly aware. They're grid systems, though, that are energetic and etheric in nature. They're all fortified now. And now starships are entering what we call the Ultra D for David gateways. And finally, humans begin to flourish. And those would be the humans that are changing their nutrition, reading the label, staying attuned to their sense of light within. Those are the humans that really don't fit in anywhere anymore. Those are the humans that can no longer bow to a false sense of security called your government. No, you can't bow to that. You'll look to yourself for the sense of safety and security. So it's very interesting. Humans begin to flourish. Not a lot, but some. So I'm going to ask you very carefully and very forcefully, would you please listen to what you are saying? Because what you're saying is really harming you. And I don't care whether you are on a platform of something you think is good. For example, you might be a little bit defensive. Well, no, you've put a label on yourself in supposedly a positive way. Oh, I'm so analytical. I'm very analytical. I can't buy into someone like you who's very ethereal and not analytical. Okay? Be careful. You're putting a label on yourself, and your energy is going into that, and your energy is now in lockdown because you've labeled yourself. Let go of a label. Analytical is neither good nor bad. It's a facet of how your mind is operating. Don't be so proud of this stuff. Because now I'm seeing it's not helpful for you at all. And you'd want to know, where is your energy going? But people aren't awake enough to ask that question. But I'm asking it with you and for you. Where is your energy going when you say something like that? Defensively of who you are, thinking it's a badge of honor. Where's that energy going? It's going into a really thick, dense, gooey, almost like mucus-like force that's surrounding the entire earth, preventing the light from coming or going. Don't you see why I want you to drop all your stuff? You're feeding your own demise in the worst possible way. Labeling is a dissipation of your energy. So any fixation, anything you're attached to, it's mental chatter. It's mental discourse, disease of the worst kind, and a total dissipation of your energy. And you're going to wonder why you have no energy at the end of the day? It's because your energy ran amok. And I want you to be so conscious of labels, not only that you're putting on yourself, that you've taken pride in. If you have pride in any label, I guarantee it's harming you. Anything. And if you have a label against someone else, it's doing the same amount of damage because there is no one else. It's a mirror image of you. So put that down too. Take a better look. We got a lot of stuff cooking. All right, that's so much for that sermonette that I always promise myself I won't be doing. I would like to throw out, in case she's listening, a most blessed, happy celebration, New Beginnings Day, to a person that I mention often on the air, my beloved Renee. Renee came in on a 1010 frequency. Those zeros, they've activated her. That will allow her the freedom of wholeness and completeness, and to help bring others to that sense of wholeness and actual freedom in the long run. And Renee is making enormous transitions with her physical temple this past year. So Renee gets to celebrate a New Beginnings Day like she hasn't had for her entire lifetime. So happy New Beginnings Day, my friend, and to anyone else who has the good fortune of coming in on a day that ends with a 0, 10, 20, or 30. You are all doing very unusual work. Anytime you see that cipher of 0 at the end of a number, woohoo! It shows different realities of time and space that you have moved through and now bring fuller messages to humankind. Before it goes out of my consciousness, I will tell you, because we are 9 days away from the arrival of Lakshmi. That is the new moon in October, and that is when Lakshmi makes her entrance this year. Lakshmi, as you know, is the goddess of fertility, number one. So for Jeff and myself, we're having a transition and a shift, which would seem like something's closing. No, in the midst of Jeff closing down the radio station, we both have Lakshmi coming, which is fertility. So seeds are going to be sown. So I hope Jeff is comfortable being pregnant, because that's what's happening. We will be impregnated around the 19th. So for those of you who know the Lakshmi drill, the Lakshmi ritual, it is the Festival of Lights. It is that cycle where light up your life again. So you got a lot of work to do between now and the 19th. You who know the drill know that you've got to clean within an inch of your life. And I do smile because Jeff was telling me before the show, he had such an impulse and an urge to clean out the entire station. Well, that's why he's subliminally getting ready for beloved Lakshmi. That he did share with me, I had given him a Lakshmi statue, and he shared with me, it's like he can't seem to get out of her gaze. And that makes me extremely happy, because it means that he's under the watchful eye of Lakshmi. So pull out your Lakshmi statues, everyone. allow her gaze to fall upon you with great compassion, great love, and great pregnancy. So again, for those of you who have had the fortitude to keep listening to me through the year, I think we're all going to be pregnant together. And what a lovely thing. So we got Lakshmi coming. And now I just do want to share a little bit about what's happened with the flying stars, because I do think it will be helpful to pay a little bit of attention from a feng shui point of view about the energy shift, because it is the month of shift. So what's happened now in October, the 9 star has moved into the center box. So if you will, fire, 9 is fire, is moved on top of water. And what that means is water tends to put out the fire. Fire is energy. You want to be careful that the sloshiness of your emotions, your fears, mostly fears, it's not even so much anxiety, it's fear, does not put out your enthusiasm and your energy. And the way to do that actually is think green, lots of green. Eat green vegetables. Have your beans, have your string beans, have your asparagus. Take a walk in the woods. Woods are green. Even if the leaves are falling off, wood is wood. So you need more wood. You want to be careful not to put out the fire with alcohol this month. Alcohol will not be your friend, neither will drugs. And this is odd. That's interesting. They popped in with neither will too much sex. And why would that be? Sex actually transmits fluids in your body. So too much sex will actually dim your enthusiasm. So moderation in that area, or perhaps it's even a month to go very slow or abstain, but be careful of all those 3 things. Very interesting how it all ties in together. They really want me to put this out there too. Something about sex. I'm not sure who needs to hear this message, but this would be one of those months where being indiscriminate sexually would definitely come back to bite you because of the exchange of fluids. And this would be the kind of month where you could pick up a sexually transmitted disease. So someone actually needs to hear that. Okay? So take that under advisement. We've also got lots of what happened here is because 9 went into the middle, it put the 5 star, which is disruption, it actually puts the 5 star onto the house of career, which is kind of amusing. Again, when I think of what's happening at the radio station. So career could definitely be disrupted this month with people losing their jobs, being fired. And I'm going to tell you, embrace it. Don't be fearful. Don't let the fear catch up with you. When God closes a door, she opens a window. Yes, she does. So hang on to that. If you are overly fearful during a shift, such as is potentially here for us in the month of October, and this does not let up until November 6th, this could give you, now this would go, well, it goes 2 ways. Interesting what they're showing me. It goes 2 ways. For you women, this could give some bladder infections or uterus infections, okay? And for men, it could give some prostate issues. For both sexes, lots and lots and lots of water, and put the fear down. It's also going to give a sense of, for those of you who are southeast energy, it can bring you an influx of money. That's a good thing. So what I want to do, I want to actually try to make a correction in your homes. This will be helpful for you. I'm going to suggest you put a plant somewhere in the middle of your house. A plant is wood. Green